Mere forbearance on the part of the creditor to sue the principal debtor or to enforce any other remedy against him does not, in the absence of any provision in the guarantee to the contrary, discharge the surety. According to Section 134, if the creditor is guilty of any act or omission, the legal consequence of which is the discharge of the principal debtor, the surety is also discharged. The omission to sue the principal debtor within the period of limitation definitely discharges him. If Section 134 stood alone, the surety would be discharged, but Section 137 declares that mere forbearance to sue does not discharge the surety. These two provisions naturally created a conflict of decisions which was ultimately resolved by the decision of the Privy Council in Mahant Singh v. Bai. Lord Porter observed, "A failure to sue the principal debtor until recovery is barred by the statutes of limitation does not operate as a discharge of the surety in England." The same view prevails in most of the high courts in India. With these decisions, the other high courts in India contrasted the case of Ranjit Singh v. Nobat, which decides that in spite of the provisions of Section 137, the creditor's right against the surety is not preserved unless he sues the principal debtor within the period of limitation. Such a decision inconsistent with the views held by the courts in England and majority of courts in India. In this conflict, their lordships prefer the reasoning of the majority. Now let's discuss reserving rights against surety. The decision further points out that an agreement principle not to use debtor or to give time with the reservation of the right against the surety would not discharge the surety. The Mahant Singh case was decided on the principle. The plaintiff was engaged as a contractor by the certain trustees of a pagoda for construction work. The payment by the trustees was guaranteed by the defendants. The trustees defaulted and therefore the plaintiff sued the trustees and surety. The beneficiaries of the trust replaced their trustees and the plaintiff dropped his case against them and was not allowed subsequently to sue them in their personal capacity. But the suit against the surety was maintained. It was held that the surety was not discharged. Promise to give time to the debtor made with third person. Section 136 provides that where a contract to give time to the principal debtor is made by the creditor with a third person and not with the principal debtor, the surety is not discharged. Surety not discharged when agreement made with third person to give time to the principal debtor. Section 136. Where a contract to give time to the principal debtor is made by the creditor with a third person and not with the principal debtor, the surety is not discharged. This would be understood by the following illustration. C. The holder of an overdue bill of exchange drawn by A as surety for B and accepted by B contracts with M to give time to B. A is not discharged.